everybody to the zoning board meeting of January 9, 2018. My name is Marty Akins, I'm the chairman. To my right, the clerk, Ms. Murphy. To my left, yes. Vice Chair Mike Cabeas, Mr. O'Brien, Mr. Chin, Mr. Himmel, in the back, Mr. Franco, and Mr. Radell. The head of inspectional services in the corner, Mr. Duca. If you have a cell phone or a pager, could you please put it on silent or vibrate? If you're going to talk, please step outside. It's hard to hear when everyone's talking in the meeting. If anyone's going to speak tonight, could you please take an oath? If anyone plans to speak at all tonight, you have to take an oath or you're not going to be allowed to speak. If you think you might speak, there you go, don't hurt.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Can I have a motion to waive
Mr. Chairman.
December 12th?
I make a motion to waive the reading of the minutes of December 12th.
That's second?
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Before the board, case number Z1792, 83 Dysart Street. Now, we've heard all the testimony, but I will say the new president of the council just asked me if people who came here want to say a few words. And before we have our vote, we will let you say a few words. So if anyone wants to speak on it, come on up now. Councilor, Mr. President, you want to say something? Leave this off or?
I yield to these very
There you go.
ambitious and diligent residents who have been very involved in this process for the last probably year.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Ann Doyle, 77 Dysart Street. My question is, and I spoke to Mr. Duca earlier today, I just want to make sure that the FAR numbers are accurate, and he told me that that was going to be reviewed because you know that I've talked about that in the past. And I know that this is an application for a finding and a variance. And my concern with the variance is that, to my understanding, is that to get a variance, you have to indicate how the soil topography and what's my other thing, are different for this particular lot. So that's what I would like to know, if that's been demonstrated.
Do I think so? Yeah. It's an old building that's dilapidated there, and it's a hinder to the whole neighborhood. And I think that has a lot to do with what this property is alone.
You've heard from
You know,
several residents of the
well,
street, though, that we
and
don't
I-
think it's a hindrance to
Well,
neighborhood.
you know what, I asked you people what you wanted in the beginning of this, and you all said a single-family home. Now, all of a sudden, you don't want a single-family home, so I don't know what you want. I really don't.
And I would tell you that as I said to Councilor Phelan at the last meeting,
Mhm.
I would never set a single-family home, because if
Maybe
he
you
wanted
have.
to build
The
on the
neighborhood
side of
did.
that he could, and he could add in another unit to the side of that building without even having to come here. So that's what my perspective is. So legally, if you wanted to do something, that's what could be added on. So seeking a variance, it's my understanding that you have to have some kind of soil condition, shape, or topography of the land. None of those things, in my eyes, have been met.
Okay, anything else?
No, that's
Okay.
it.
Anyone else? As far as I got Mr. Duca, did we come up with a, no, never done 375, was it? 37?
The FAR is .358.
358.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah,
I'd also like to point out that the threshold is soil shape, topography, and/or structures.
thank you. Since there's no one else to speak.
No, there's,
I just kind of want to say something, if you don't
Sure.
mind. Dominic D'Olimpio, I live on 86 across the street. I just get confused sometimes of how everybody feels. We just want something that was there that is a legal dwelling. We did say that we wanted a single-family home, but you know the whole process was, there were so many different facts and figures and things that weren't correct. And honestly, I feel like the board did a great job, but sometimes I felt like you didn't really listen to what we had to say as neighbors. But like I say, I'm kind of for a single family, but only if it's in the law. So that's how I feel. And if these questions were answered that Ann gave you, I'd appreciate that too.
Thank you. I just did.
Just did.
So if there's nothing else, now it comes to our decision time. And I will say, on the findings of fact, what we did come from what we denied, a two-family structure, came back as a completely different project. That's why he came back within the 2-year period, because it was a completely different project. The present garage structure is dilapidated, it's an eyesore, and it's not allowed in residential B district. The newly created lot is undersized by 260 feet. The proposal will add landscaping to the site, as well as drainage controls to add runoff from the site, which was reviewed by the city's DPW and engineering department. The petitioner will provide satisfactory evidence showing compliance with municipal code, chapter 18.20, and the tree ordinance. The previous case, Z1716, proposed a two-family dwelling, and several neighbors were in opposition, citing parking issues among other concerns. The proposed single-family dwelling, in case number Z1792, which includes off-street parking for a minimum of 2 vehicles, represents a specific material change from the previous case, Z1716, because previous case, Z1716, was a proposal of a two-family requiring 4 off-street parking spaces. The new case, Z1792 proposal, is for a one-family dwelling with 2 parking spaces. A single-family home has the least impact of any project and is harmonious with the neighborhood. And seeing that, saying that, and hearing that, from the finding of facts, I'd like a motion to approve the single-family home, if that's possible.
Mr. Chairman, matter number Z17-110, oh, I'm sorry, Z17-92, 83 Dysart Street LLC for a variance finding to demolish the existing barn and subdivide the parcel into 2 parcels and construct a single-family home on a newly created lot on premises number 83 Dysart Street. Make a motion to grant the variance.
Second.
That second?
Second.
On the motion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Further case, Z17-110, James Clark, 66 Bicknell Street. Is the contractor here?
Oh, I guess, yeah. I think you still need sworn in? You weren't here when I swore?
Do you have a new set of plans for us?
Yes, I dropped it off with the building inspector, and I believe it was supposed to be dropped off with Mr. Luca, right?
I never received any plan.
We have a note here from a workshop. You said you were gonna go to that Thursday. No one showed. So I don't know when
You
they
asked me to
dropped
be
off
there
with
on
someone.
Thursday, I dropped it off with a tall gentleman that was gonna hand it over to the gentleman sitting here, and I was there at 4 o'clock before they left.
Must have been Rob.
Where are they? In Rob's office?
Yeah, I never received them. We were gonna, I believe we were gonna work on the plans. to try-
Yeah, I thought, that's why I was gonna make sure
I
that
dropped
that
them
was.
off already, worked on.
So you already worked on them and then dropped them off?
Well, I've done what's necessary to be done in order to have it.
But did you go in and see Mr. Duca like I asked you? I said, see Mr. Duca and go over with
Correct.
him.
I was there at 4 o'clock.
And Mr. Duca wasn't there.
He had just left prior to that. Before 4 o'clock. I was there right at that.
I didn't receive them, so
We'll just,
we were
2
supposed
weeks,
to
we'll
work
find
on,
him.
on the plans to try to make them conform to something.
Well, that's what I thought. He was gonna meet with you and you were gonna show
And I
him what
left
you
my
needed.
card, my phone number, everything with that gentleman, and asking to be called.
Rob?
That's the only tall
Who'd you meet
gentleman.
with?
And I don't
So
know,
nobody,
it was a tall
nobody
gentleman.
called you all week? You
We
didn't think
we don't
that-
have, we don't have them, so here's what we gotta do. You can't do nothing. else.
Basically what I did is I made that opening as large as it can be. between the main house and the existing. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
but it's
and
not
the
gonna be two
proposed.
houses, which one just pull, right? It's all one conforming,
Correct,
correct?
so there's no door, there's no, it's a big opening,
Alright,
basically.
But we're gonna have to see the plan, so we're gonna have to move it out 2 weeks. So, I mean, I don't have to, we didn't get it. Whether who made a mistake or what, I mean, I'll eat it, but it's, we don't have them, we can't do nothing, so. It's
January
21st,
23rd.
23rd. January 23rd, okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Sorry about that. That's the first time this has happened since I've been here. That a plant's came.
I'm sure they're there somewhere.
Yeah, it happened.
I'll find
I'm just saying, it's never happened. I've been here about 14 years, so we've got a good track record. 12, maybe 12.
Mr. Chairman, matter number Z17-110. James Trotter for a variance to change from a single-family home to a two-family home on the premises number 66 Bicknell Street. Make a motion to continue the hearing to January 23rd.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved, January 23rd. Sorry about that.
Should I follow up with anybody?
Yeah, call
Yes.
Mr. Duca tomorrow.
Can I get your direct phone number or something? Thanks.
We're gonna hold on Newport Ave. The lawyers get tied up in the, something happens, so it'll be real late. 34, McDonald's, case number Z17-117, the last one on your list. They asked for a continuance until when?
Till February 27th.
February 27th.
Mr. Chairman, matter number Z17-117, McDonald Real Estate Company for a special permit to reconfigure the drive-through use on 273 and 295 Hancock Street so that one menu board and associated canopy will be removed and the other menu board will be moved approximately 14 feet, and the other canopy be moved approximately 12 feet onto 295 Hancock Street on the premises number 273 and 295 Hancock Street. Make a motion to continue the hearing to February 27th.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Case number Z17-113. Gertrude Green for variance finding to construct an addition on the premise number 3234 Holyoke Street, Quincy. Is the applicant there, representative here?
Good evening, board members. For the record, Steve DeRoche, Monte Valley Survey, with our offices at 95 White Street here in the city of Quincy. First off, happy New Year to you all. Secondly, I'm here this evening representing my sister-in-law, Gertrude Green, Trudy Green, and her son and daughter-in-law, John and Laura Green, and their ever-expanding family. You know, that's the reason, one of the reasons for this addition that we're seeking. The house is currently a two and a half story house situated on Holyoke Street. It's been in the family, in the Green family, for well over 55 years now, and it's going to continue that way. So, what John would like to do, there's a garage in the back, a detached garage. He'd like to raise that, and then put this new addition on, and part of the new addition is a new garage. But it's going to be moving forward towards Holyoke Street away from the rear property line.
That's a two-family, correct?
It's a two-family,
Now,
correct?
you're adding all these bedrooms, like you're adding 3 bedrooms, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There's no more parking, there's zero parking there for, you got a single lane going in that place, and you, all those, where there's no park. You're adding bedrooms with no parking.
Well, right now they're 11, 9, and 3 or something like that.
That's not the issue, the issue is the next, you got more bedrooms for the next people that move in there.
Yeah, well,
And where do you do with them? Where do you put them all?
they're
Everyone does
gonna be
this.
parking in the driveway.
Huh?
They'll be parking in the driveway. There'll be tandem parking, yes.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you get 2 different families, where does the other family park?
They're both parking in the driveway and the garage.
You don't have 2, you have to move all the cars.
Well, that's going on in almost every house.
But
up
we're
and down
adding
the
more
street.
bedrooms,
Yeah,
and the more bedrooms you have, you gotta put some parking somewhere, somehow. I mean, I don't know what's, I looked at it and I tried to where can you put parking there? I don't know, and then you're taking up the whole backyard. There's no yard there now, and you're gonna take that off, right? So, I mean, you got no yard now, you took away all your yards, what little you had in the back.
Right.
I mean, you just, I think it's overbuilding, I really do. I just think that is way overbuilding a house. A two-family with single driveway, and now you just, I get you need space, but you know what? Maybe it's time to get a family out and use that space for your own house. I'm just giving you my opinion, When I looked at the property, I said it's way too much for, when they leave, someday they're gonna leave. And you're gonna have 6 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms and an office. Where do they park? Where's the next people park? It's not you I'm worried about. I'm not. I'm worried about the next people. When that house gets transferred eventually. But, do you have any questions?
How many, the garage, how many cars go in the garage?
This is my nephew John.
Yeah, so I can probably feel some of these questions. I appreciate your opinions, taking them all in, under advisement for sure. So currently the garage is pretty dilapidated.
Yeah.
I wish there was some pictures to show, but
I'm sorry.
we wouldn't park in there yet, just because of the state of it. So it is, I think, considered a 2-car garage, but it's really wide enough for 1 car. It's really long, but it's not wide.
But the new garage,
The new garage, it could fit two cars back to back. It would be front bumper to bumper, it wouldn't be side to side. The house, my mother lives in the first floor unit, and I'm upstairs with my 3 kids and my wife. And currently we're at 3 bedrooms with 3 kids, so the newborn or the almost 1-year-olds in with me and my wife in the packing place. So that's kind of that's the reasoning behind it, certainly. It's my mother's forever house, 3rd generation. We're not going anywhere. My oldest daughter just started the Burns Army, and we're going to be in Quincy through, in the foreseeable future. I plan on being my forever home.
All right, you got a 1-bedroom downstairs?
Right now it's 2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms downstairs, all right. And you're gonna that's gonna stay the same 2 bedrooms, or is it gonna be 3?
We're going to add a 3rd. Was considering putting the addition on stilts, but aesthetically, I couldn't think it would work in the neighborhood. It just didn't seem cohesive. It was something that was cheaper. We looked at it, but I didn't like the way it looked. To be honest with you.
So you're adding, and I'm just thinking, now you got renters, and you got 3 bedrooms you're renting out, right?
Hopefully that's a long time away. My mother's, she's in her 60s, so I'm hoping that we don't have to worry about that.
Your mother lives down.
Correct, yeah. My mother's downstairs. My father passed a couple of years ago, but they were the ones that kind of ushered the house to me and eventually the street.
Any questions?
You're gonna go from 5 bedrooms to 7 bedrooms, that what it is, with the 2 units?
Correct, and I'm
Add
willing to
one
work
on
with
the first and one on the second.
Right, so I thought about the building it on the stilts and determined that, with the sheer cost of the roof and the foundation, it probably makes sense to build out 2 floors. Does my mother need a 3rd bedroom? Probably not, but, with that additional space, it could be considered, it doesn't necessarily have to be built. I'm willing to work with whatever suggestions come out of this panel. It's not a move to have an additional bedroom for long-term rentals.
The only thing that troubles me there is that when I drive the street and I look, everybody's in the same situation. Everybody's house is built in the same footprint, they all got the garage in the back. And once they see you do it, the guy next door, the guy across the street, they're gonna be in for the same thing. And then we're gonna end up doubling all the bedrooms on that street on both sides. Just because once they see you do it, it's a great idea. I mean, it looks like it would fit. I'm just worried about everything in there just blossoming and the whole thing just blowing up. You know what I mean? That's my concern. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I understand why you need to do what you're proposing, but I just feel like the lot is a little bit small in comparison to what you want to do there. And the density that's going to be involved, and the lack of green space that's going to result from what you do. And it's a small lot already. To add more to it just strikes me as being optimistic.
Same on everything. I mean,
got the kids, you're using every bit of green space that's out there, so we'll be schlepping them off the parks to play rather than playing in their own yard, but it's too much, too heavy for this size lot. And same thing that Charlie said. with
See, drainage motion come up with,
We could take another look.
Take another look at it.
And, you know, if I can get some sense from the board as to what they really like to see here.
I want to see it smaller. Let's try to-
Yeah. One,
Break it up.
maybe 2 bedrooms less,
I mean, even it does, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
One.
at least one,
one less.
and maybe one less than the downstairs.
Yeah,
Like a family room.
you certainly could work it out and try, you know?
Yeah, we could look at the square footage too, because it is going over an existing garage structure, and we're demoing existing back porches on both floors. I don't know what that square footage of the addition is, we can look at that and try to shrink it down if you guys think that makes more sense for that.
I mean, do you need the garage, or you just did it because you wanted, I mean, it's gonna be a roof deck over there, isn't it?
There was gonna be outdoor space, because right now we're disconnected from the yard being on the second floor, and I know it's just a set of stairs, but it seems to persuade us from getting on that, it does, but,
Yeah.
you know, that was the hope of it, but certainly, you know.
Like a deck.
Correct,
That's what-
yep, a flat roof deck.
Yeah.
Right.
If that's the case, gentlemen, I'd like to ask for a continuance, probably maybe 4 to 6 weeks.
February 27th?
If you have
Yeah,
any-
Yeah, February 27th.
February 27th.
February 27th. Because the project's gonna be changed, so
Right.
let's,
Okay, matter of Z17-113, Gertrude Green, for a variance by the construction addition on the premises number 32-34, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, it's Quincy, make a motion to continue the hearing, no, that's the other, February 22nd.
on the motion, seeing none, all in favor? Opposed, so moved.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. 27th.
22nd, I say 22nd too? I've been tired.
Sorry, Coach was really bad.
One of those nights, one of those nights.
The roll.
Hey, guys, one more case, and then, people have to bail out and swap the seats. But, before you go, you gotta sign this decision, this is going to plan tomorrow.
That's him.
You're not gonna leave me.
Everybody.
You're Port Avenue, are you?
You know, I got a question on it.
He's not here yet, you're in a minute.
So we've already brought it up. Already went through it. Just 80 minutes. All right, Z17-114. Lycan for a variance to rebuild, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, to rebuild former two-family residence destroyed by fire and to reconfigure the interior of the house in the attic space, 3 Oakwood Road. Counselor.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I'm Attorney Henry S. Levin, 875 Southern Artery in Quincy. This is a little unusual, maybe you've run into it, but I haven't. My clients bought this property, and shortly thereafter, they had a fire. You'll notice from the plans that were delivered to you that there was before and after. What had happened over the years, somebody, not my clients, had built out the attic area. And it was built as a single family, and then it became a two-family. It's been taxed that way. It's a very small lot. All we're asking is for them to be able to rebuild it and to make the attic a little, make it that's the same size as it was when they found, when they bought it. It's a little bigger. It's about 100 square feet bigger, I believe, than what was there when they bought it. Everything is, the footprint exactly the same. Nothing has changed from that at all. Same foundation.
Yeah, I mean, the second floor is bigger, but you get 3 bedrooms, did I read this right up top? Is this the house I was looking at? I got the wrong print in my head. The right one, yeah. In the attic, you want to put 3 bedrooms,
Right,
the number 2.
right. But it's just a little bit bigger
It's
than
gonna
what
be
was
4.
there.
Unit 2 is going to have 4 bedrooms.
Right.
Wow. Where are they going to park up there? You got a little garage in the back. You can read it.
Right, there's spaces for the garage and I believe 1 or 2 other cars on the lot.
Exactly, but you,
Right.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
You
you're
know?
right, it is, that's what I'm saying, it is what it is. It was a 2-family before, we're not creating anything.
I just like to know who put 3 bedrooms up there.
We would too.
Yeah, that's like bizarre. No, and that's why he got it, I get it.
Right, that's exactly right. And
But
I've
it
run
was
into
so
this-
little,
Right.
they
I've run
work.
into
That
this-
extra 100 feet is a big difference in
Right.
you putting 2 bedrooms up there that should be up there,
Right.
not 3.
Well,
So that's where I'm at. I'm at 2 bedrooms in the attic, and not 3, the way it's laid out. It's so much overage.
Right.
Where you gonna put all those cars when you rent it
Well,
out?
it's the same
I know,
amount
when
of
you rent it
people.
out.
It's a 2-family, the same amount of people that were there
Really
before.
isn't. It really isn't, because now the bedrooms are bigger, nicer, and now different people rent, not just
Well,
the
they
kids.
live, my client lives there too.
Yeah, downstairs. Yeah. So you're looking into what, I know it's at the back, it's a last house on the left, then it's got the
No,
walkway.
I beg to differ. The upstairs, the proposed is 2 bedrooms.
You tell me straight.
It says proposed 2 bedrooms.
Did I put it wrong here? Oh, you got 2 downstairs now.
No, it was like a 3 bedrooms on the second unit, on the second floor and the 3rd floor. But now we changed the plan to like, on the attic, it's going to be 2 bedrooms, 1 bedroom is going to move to the
So you have 2
second.
bedrooms, you're making a living room down there. You're putting 3 bedrooms in the,
No, we don't
attic.
have, we're not going to make 3 bedrooms on the 3rd floor anymore.
Oh, never mind, I see it now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, that's what I
The
had in my head.
existing
That's
had
like
3
bizarre.
bedrooms.
All right, go ahead.
This is
I'm happy now.
He's happy.
5. My question, that was my question about that whole thing. I looked at the wrong print. I had it in my head, I'm going,
That's what we presented, both
Yeah.
what it was and
Good
what
job.
it could be.
good job. Just what I was thinking. I have no question.
I
Any
don't
other questions?
have a question.
Anyone?
No, I'm good.
How much parking will you have, Council, when you're done with this?
After we done this, we have 1 parking in the garage and 1 on the driveway, and the other ways we have street parking. Street parking, I believe that we have like a 5 parking space over there, even on the snow.
It's the end of the street where the walkway and you go over, right? So they're using the street to park on because there's nowhere to go, but I don't know where the snow plow.
So
Just
2
the cars
off the
there.
street, and then the rest is on the street.
Yes.
When was the fire?
The fire was happened by December 16, 2016, that was like a year ago.
2016?
Yes.
And this was a $1 transfer in 2013. So you bought this house, am I looking at the right?
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry, 2014.
14, yes. 2013, 11, something. 2014, yeah.
So who is Hui Juan Lee?
Originally, she's my mother-in-law. It was a little complicated. So when I bought this house, I was moved here from like 2012 December. And then I don't have that much enough money to buy this house, but I have another house in China. So when I want to buy this house, I selling my house in China, but I don't have money yet. So that's why my mother-in-law used her land to buy this whole house. For me, I lend money from her.
You made a deal with you.
Yes.
How long did they own the house? I can't get it to come up on the registry, sorry.
How long I own the house?
How long did your mother-in-law own the house?
The closing, it was November 2013.
So in November 2013, the attic was already completed?
It was, we were like 30 years from
This was, from what I understand, talking to the
Forever.
contractor, this was done a long, long time ago.
Tube and wire. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, you can have a seat. Is there anyone who wants to speak in favor? Speak in favor, first call, second call. Third call closed. You have that letter?
I
Have a letter here from the DPW?
We have reviewed the submittal of the above referenced project, and our comments are as follows. 1, specify how much impervious area will be increased due to the development. 2, provide plans showing the existing site conditions, layout of utility, grading, drainage, and the construction details. 3, explain how the surface runoff will be discharged and treated. 4, provide dimensions and grades for paving area and all driveway entrances. 5, upon completion of the project, as-built plans showing all utilities, building footprints, reference bounds, and benchmarks defining the total site, facilities, and right-of-ways need to be submitted along with a digital file. The as-built plan shall be stamped and signed by a professional land surveyor, professional engineer.
Thank you. Is there anyone that's opposed or undecided? Step forward.
My name is Steve Mortlock, I live at 26 Walnut Street.
Steve, what was that?
Mortlock, M-O-R-T, L-O-C-K.
Thanks.
Residing at 26 Walnut.
You have the floor.
Part of the confusion, I think, is no one's ever mentioned that this was a rooming house. That's why the rooms are the way they are, and that's why it was changed from a two-family back to a single family. I have a question about the numbers. Number 3, Oak Ridge Street is down the other end of the street. There are 2 number 3 Oak Ridge Streets.
Isn't one Oak and one Oak Ridge?
No, it's Oak. No, that's all Oak Ridge, all the way down. It only goes,
And then the next one over is Oak, isn't it? Oak, then you go up there, Oak Ridge?
yeah, but it's not straight. It's
Right.
behind the new, who's got Granite's parking lot. Up, raised up. That's Oak up above. So I had a question about the address. Just confuses the mail-in, the men don't know where to put the mail. This used to be a rooming house. I want to know if that's going to be continued. That's going to be the policy, if that's what they want to do. Continue having a rooming house. And, what, there was another question and I forgot. Okay.
You can come back up. I'll give you another chance if you remember.
I had a question.
Oh, I had a question about the setback. I don't know how the setbacks got
It's
changed.
going on the same foundation. You're just rebuilding the house the same way.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
The house, Walnut Street, if you walk in front of this gentleman's house, and you look at where the addition, somebody put an addition on it. Before the addition, all the houses are in line. All the Walnut Street and Oak Ridge are all in line. Somebody put a living room addition on the side there, the Walnut Street side, which makes it out of line. And I just want to know if that was okay by somebody, if there's anything we can do about that. Can we establish that straight line?
You can't go back, I mean, we can't go back 20 years and try to find out who did what when. If we never had it taken off and done, then it's there. It remains part of the house. Someone puts an addition in their house, no one catches it, 20 years later, you want to take it, it's pretty hard to get it taken off.
Oh, all right, that's what I want. That was just a question I had.
But
I don't
it
mind.
could have been a real, it could have been real, it could have got a permit for it and done it right too.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Huh? We don't know, right?
Are you saying it's being used as a rooming house now?
No, it was before
So-
the fire.
But not for this owner or?
The fire was because the pipes froze. Christmas, 2 days before Christmas.
And it was being used as a rooming house
No,
until
it was being thought out with a torch, open torch. That's what set the place on fire.
How long has it been used as a rooming, how long ago was it used as a rooming house?
At least the last 2 owners, maybe even the 3rd owner. And that, it's very transient. They only get she only takes girls, they only can take girls as roommates. And like you said, they come by with guys and it doubles the parking, doubles the car park.
No, that's fine, thank you.
Is there anyone else opposed or undecided? Second call, third call up out of hearing closed. Counsel? Yes. Was that used as a rooming house?
No, this is a two-family house, this is not meant to be a...
Since he's on?
Excuse me?
Since he's on?
Yeah. It was...
Before that, was that a rooming house? Your mother-in-law owned it, right?
Yes.
And was it a rooming house?
the little house right here. And I believe that they have, I went to the building department, where all the permits see, they do have a permit. They do have a permit to have the additional part right here. So when I bought this house, it was there.
No, I know that, but, right, but you never rented it as a room, you just wanted it as a two-family.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Huh? I mean, I found it no problem, GPS property right there.
Yeah, I'm a little confused as
So I don't understand why there's two of them.
That would be the issue.
Yeah, I'll be engineering, who can drop my line and ask them, say, is there two number threes, Mr. Duca? We don't know if there's two number threes Oak Ridge.
No.
It brought me right to the house, so
Yeah.
I don't know if it's.
Waze could found it.
Huh?
Waze found it.
Waze found it. There you go. All right, yeah, the two bedrooms, I'm happy. That's a lot better project
What we thinking
than I was
before.
thinking in my head. I was like, can't wait to understand how to have all these bedrooms in this little.
Would there be a second means of egress for that fifth floor?
Yes.
There isn't now.
Yes, there will be. After. Days in the fire can fix a lot of things. I'll be voting. in favor.
I'll be voting against it, yeah.
Likewise, get it fixed and
Get the code and.
looking pretty.
I agree.
Item number
I do, thank you.
Item Z17-114, Lee Kuhn for a variance to build former two-family residence destroyed by fire and to reconfigure exterior of house, including attic on the premises number 3 Oak Ridge Road, Quincy. Make a motion to grant the variance.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. It was a thaw game. Is that what happened? You were thawing it out? You were thawing out the pipes and it started on fire?
He's asking you how about the fire.
Fire, the most damage wasn't from the fire.
No, why was there a fire?
The fire,
Was it you plowing the pipes?
It was too cold, the pipe frozen, and then my father was trying to use it. The heat gun de-iced with the, looks like, the heat gun just like insulations inside the shirt.
Okay, thanks.
Don't do that again.
Insulation.
40 years in my phone. Oh, my God. Jeez.
Did you get it? Hey, insurance card?
It wasn't on purpose. Yeah, I'm not.
Let's just be here for the
On case number, I got one more thing here. Case number, yeah, Z17-108, 365 Newport. What, you want to continue this till February 27th?
Yes, please.
Is there anyone here to speak on that? It's going to be February 27th, 6 weeks. Okay?
A neighborhood hearing?
That's why they want a continuance, to have a neighborhood meeting. The council asked for it. Prior to our meeting.
On the 27th?
Yeah, you're gonna have one before that, but they're coming back here the 27th.
Okay,
Counselor Kane will notify you of the neighborhood meeting.
yep, very good.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Z17-108, 365 Newport Avenue LLC for a variance to construct a new 14-unit residential structure on the premises number 365 Newport Ave. Make a motion to continue the hearing to February 27th.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
We're going to have a little break.
Take 5 minutes. Can you show that? Right, can you show that? So, it's off during recess.
Watkins Street, people here from Watkins Street? Okay, we just announced it. Z17-115. How do you say your first name? Amy. It's pretty. Visit.
Sorry.
For variance to construct a one-story shed in violation of setbacks in the corner lot of the premises number 68 Watkins Street, Quincy. You have the floor.
Good evening, members of the board. Amy Gilligan, 68 Hopkins Street. I wanted to build a shed, 20 by 13.7 shed on the Monmouth side, and due to it's two front setbacks, they said it's an issue. It's a hardship.
When I was over there today, was it already started to be built?
It was started to build
So
it.
that's where it's going to be.
Well, it's going to be, we're going to move it.
You're going to
We
move it?
want 6 feet from we didn't know where the lot line was. We
Okay.
went by the previous owners,
Okay.
and it wasn't correct, so, well, we made a mistake anyway. We didn't realize it was two front setbacks.
Yeah.
So we're going to move it 6 feet. It's movable, so we want to move it 6 feet from the lot line in off the street.
In off the street, okay, and away from the neighbor in the back there?
Yes, it's already over the 6 feet from them. It's there. They actually use some of our lot all around, that's fine, everybody this way. And then there's a tree beside that, so we didn't want to go to 29 feet, because there's a tree and another tree. And in the other corner, both of those neighbors have pools.
Yeah.
It's just not appropriate to put it there. I don't think it's right, it's shading them. Their kids are best friends with my kids, and they're over the fence every day, so I didn't want to, I didn't want to put it there. And then the woman behind, she has a pool in. it's the only corner of, sorry, I'm nervous.
It's okay.
It's the only corner of our lot that we don't use.
Okay.
So we thought this is what we'll put a shed here. We didn't realize that it was a mistake, but we just want to go forward and go by the codes.
Did the building department tell you it was a mistake?
Yeah.
Was there a complaint?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman.
On,
It was the inspector at the time.
yeah, Watkins Street.
Watkins Street down there.
They were building the shed and they had to move it.
No, we had no complaint.
I spoke with all the neighbors,
Yeah.
because we're good neighbors. It's not like we did, we renovated the whole inside of our house, we pulled permits the whole way. We just didn't realize, and we just wanted to move forward. And I've talked to all the neighbors around, and nobody has an issue with it. But just the inspectors drove past and he was having a little bit.
Actually, she did come into my office, she's
Yeah.
trying to get ahead of it and try to do the right thing.
I see.
Oh, thank you.
Anyone have any questions?
I don't have a question.
No questions?
No.
You may have a seat.
Okay.
Is there, 11? Well, let me just say, does anyone want to speak in favor? Once, twice, 3 times, okay. Whether they have, there's no comments. Anybody opposed or undecided? Once, twice, 3 times. I'm in favor of this.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Movable, it's okay.
Yeah.
All in
Thank
favor?
you. Got my shed, thank you.
Fill it up now.
We gotta vote first.
Everybody wants to vote?
I thought that was it.
No, watch, it's badger.
That's good,
Yeah.
right? Thank you
Mr.
very
Chairman,
much.
regarding case number Z17-115. Anine Gilligan, is that right?
That's it.
For variance to construct a one-story shed in violation of the setbacks for a corner lot on premises number 68 Watkins Street, Quincy. I'd like to make a motion to grant the requested variance.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
I have it. Please see
Thank you
everything.
very much, thank you.
Okay, well,
I'm so sweaty, I'm nervous. Thank you.
wasn't worth it being nervous, right?
Oh, you just got like, thank you very much, thank you.
We have a creativity.
Yeah, Mike makes everybody nervous.
I was just, I didn't know what to expect. Thank you, thank you very much, thank you.
Z17-116, Mingdu vote for a variance to construct a second-story addition to the premises number 19 Glenview Road, Quincy. Come on up. Give us your name and address for the record.
Yes, good evening. I'm speaking for Linier at 19 Glenview Road.
And what's your name?
My name is Min Dippo.
And your address?
My address 1441 Quincy Shore Drive.
Perfect. Go ahead.
The problem is not a problem. The thing is, her house is too small. There are 3 bedrooms right now, but in the attic there are 2 bedrooms. they need a bathroom, but the bedroom is on, the height is only 80 inches. With the slope of the attic too small, so they want to have to raise up a second story for 3 bedroom and bath.
Okay. 3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
2 upstairs and 1 down, right?
Total of 3.
Yeah.
You don't have any questions?
Are you gonna build a dormer? Is that what it is? Or
There's
you
no
just gonna
dormer,
roof?
just
Straight up.
Straight up?
Straight up.
Okay. That's the only question I have, Mr. Chairman.
So a total of 3 bedrooms, right?
I believe so.
I thought he said they had 3, they were adding 2.
So how many bedrooms will there be total?
Are you leaving the bedroom on the first floor?
The first floor is gonna be a computer room. It's 2. For her kids.
1, 2, 3.
How many bedrooms are there right now?
That's 3.
3. And adding 2.
So there'll be 5?
Oh.
He said
No.
add 2.
4.
It's technically
Okay, so
4.
you're adding 1,
3 on the second floor.
and 1 on the first.
Technically 4. You still, the first floor is gonna stay the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're adding,
Yeah,
there's
bedroom
2,
and a bath.
what's
on the
that?
second
3.
But there's 2 existing on the second floor now, we're adding into 1 addition.
floor. And a bath.
Yeah. So it's going from 3 to 4.
Okay, so they want to add 1 bedroom.
And 1 bedroom, total
He said
of 4.
2.
Total of 4.
Yeah.
Good, yeah, thank you.
Any other questions from the board?
Number of parking spaces, may I ask?
We will have 2 on the driveway.
2 in the driveway?
Yes.
Is there a garage? or something?
There's no garage.
4 bedroom, 2 cars on the street. Okay.
That road, we have a lot of parking street. A lot of on
Yeah, it's a wide
It's a
But-
houses.
Small house.
But they have only two people.
Now,
Only.
Me and my son.
Okay.
Because the thing I bought the house because they have no bathroom on the attic. But I want my son has separate room, but it's not convenient because the bathroom is the first floor. So I just want to give the bathroom that's the main thing. So when I give the bathroom, so just think about one more bathroom. Because it's not convenient when the bedroom is in the attic, but the bathroom in the first floor. So it's not convenient for the kid.
I used to live in that neighborhood, I had the exact opposite, the bathroom was in the attic.
Get exposed.
All right, you can sit back there. Is there anyone else who wants to speak in favor? Once, twice, 3 times? You have a letter from DPW and they have no comments. Anyone want to speak opposed or undecided? 1, 2, 3, we're done with that. What do you guys think?
All good.
yeah, I think we're gonna open the floodgates again. They're all the same size in that neighborhood, so I'll be back, I think, looking at it, so. But I don't have any objections.
Same footprint, right? Same
Same
foundation?
Yes.
Straight up.
Yeah, straight up.
No problems.
Make a motion, sir.
Okay, you ready? I'm ready. Mr. Chairman, regarding case number Z1716, Min Duck Vold for a variance to construct a second-story addition on the premises number 19 Glenview Road, Quincy. I'd like to make a motion to grant the requested variance.
Second.
Second.
And I'll just say all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You want to make a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second, anybody?
Second.
Melissa, done? Aye, you done. Thank you.
You want, bud?